Now you did. Let's see how long it takes. You tell me if you see it. Oh, we are live.
All right.
Keep on dancing as we welcome everybody. We haven't been here in a little while, but we wanted to drop in and give everybody some help for this heat that we are going through. Uh,
Yes.
you might have the advantage, and I
I
was kind of
didn't hit
curious.
record.
I am in the Carolinas, and we almost hit 100 yesterday. You're up north. What is it up there?
It's still like today's supposed to be a high of 85 or so. But it's really humid out. So the heat mixed with the humid, the sun mixed with the humidity is just, not good.
Not good.
No,
But
no.
you're a whole lot cooler. When
Yeah.
I was out in my car yesterday, it was 99 degrees here.
Oh my goodness. Love
Too
it.
hot. So the
I
heat,
love the heat. It's just the humidity, right?
yep,
Which is kind of why we wanted to today to talk about heat, sweat, and confidence with an ostomy because
there you go.
the heat is definitely turned up, right? And a lot of times people skip things because they're worried about what's going to happen. And especially, if you're a new ostomate at this time, you haven't experienced the heat yet. So a lot of myths go along with this, like can I swim or I can't swim or water's going to get in my bag. I've been hearing a lot about that in other groups. It's like worrying about like the filter's going to let water in the bag. Um,
People are scared about it, and sometimes they just don't know.
right, exactly, which is why we're here. Other myths. Everyone notices my bag, right? Like that's a lot. Another one, especially because we're wearing, smaller, tighter, looser, or more fitting actually clothing, right? And a lot
Big
of people
time.
also think they're worried about this, that what's going to happen with their appliance. Could it fall off? What's going to happen if when I'm exercising or moving around? So we just wanted to help like dispel some of those concerns or worries for you all. And we want people to like go through. If you can hear a baby crying, yes, I have a baby right here. Can you hear a baby crying?
Grandma duty for you.
Grandma duty. So we just want Osmits to feel, confident, with all that sweating and anything that concerns you, right? Because it is true that sweating can cause, lifting of your wafer. There's gonna be fears of being in public with leaks and that sort of thing. Hydration is huge. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about travel, swimming, and some body image stuff. So, skin irritation, traveling, all that. Those are all common concerns. So, wanted to start off with one is like protecting your seal in hot weather. Um, do you have any suggestions, Scott? What do you know about
This,
protecting your seal? Because you also have to worry about it because you have a urostomy.
yes, I love summertime, but summertime for me is so different. I can usually wear my bag for a week,
Mm-hmm.
but in the summertime, cut that in half
Okay.
because because I'm sweating and it doesn't stick as good.
Mm-hmm.
That's an issue.
Right.
So one thing I've learned, um, two issues I've had that I found answers for. Calamine lotion is great,
Okay.
but you have to let it dry. And another trick I've learned that helps my bag to stick longer is when you put the calamine lotion on while it's still wet, you can dust that with like Durahesive powder or Stomahesive powder.
Okay.
Those things, you let it dry and it sticks a whole lot better
Okay.
than you wouldn't use that. And here's the other thing that I found, that coating that way, some people call it crusting.
Okay.
But that's what it is. That protects your skin.
Yep.
So if you do have an irritation or something, those two things, calamine lotion and the powder,
Okay.
is great that I have found.
Okay.
But the hard part is you really got to let it dry.
Right, right. Before you put your appliance on. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That makes sense. And you always want to start with clean, dry skin, avoiding those lotions, soapy lotions. Those are bad. I've
Um,
done that
Ivory
before.
soap. Ivory soap is a definite for anybody with an ostomy because it doesn't have perfumes and it
Oh,
doesn't
really?
have lotion.
Okay.
And that was something else I had to discover. I'm like, why is my bag not sticking? And
Mm.
then it dawned on me the soap I was using had lotion in it.
Oh, goodness. Real,
So,
really quick, I want to say Cheryl says good evening. She must be in a different country because kind of daytime over here. Dwayne said we sound good. Elizabeth says hi, friends. Liz, hi, Liz.
we'll
uh,
have to get to the comments later on that.
on what?
On the comments, we'll do that at the end.
No, I'm gonna do it now. Yeah,
Well, we're
yeah, it's
okay.
nice. We want to keep them engaged. Anyways, so protecting your seal, yes. And like also another thing is barrier strips. So barrier strips, these will be your friend and not just for protecting your skin, but I'll talk about them a little bit later when we get into a few of the other things. Another thing is really emptying your pouch often enough because you don't want it to get heavy and start kind of sagging and pulling. I've heard people say that before. Like, so really kind of if you have like a urostomy or an ileostomy, kind of keeping that empty is really important. And Liz said she has three tips with that. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Liz, because she mentioned Stoma Cloak before, and that's a really interesting product. It like goes, I think, underneath your bag, and it wicks away the moisture from the material and helps draw the moisture away from your skin. Those looked really interesting. Those are something I think somebody should try. She also says she
The
uses our nystatin powder. Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it.
Nice nystatin powder to reduce yeast. That's good. And then she says she uses the Head and Shoulders, and you've talked about that too before.
Yeah, there's a certain kind of Head and Shoulders you have to use that doesn't have a lotion in it.
Okay.
I forget what it is, but there's an ingredient in it. I think it's the zinc that's in Head and Shoulders that's
Okay.
good for your skin.
Okay. And Jason asks, what are your thoughts on skin adhesives?
You have to be careful when pulling them off.
Yeah. So I don't use anything special. I don't actually use like an adhesive remover. I just take mine off while I'm in the shower and let that hot water kind of get on there and just really peel it back lightly. That's what I do. What do
Yep,
you do?
about the same. And by
Yeah.
the time I'm ready to change, it's falling off anyway, so it's
Yeah.
not that big of an issue.
Right, right.
I do. I have these adhesive remover wipes that are supposed to be good for your skin, and that helps too.
Okay. Okay.
So if something is sticking too much, I would suggest using one of those wipes so you're not ripping something off.
Right. Um, yeah,
What
Liz says
else?
it goes around your bag just like a regular cover. Yeah, those looked really interesting. Thank you for that, Liz, and all those tips. That's good.
What
Um,
else do you have for us on the
and
sweat?
Duane says also using a blow dryer at low heat around your stoma to dry the skin very well. That way you get a good stick. That's also very important too. Yes. Okay, so the next thing I have is itching and redness. What can you hear the babies crying?
Nope,
You can't? Okay, great. Great.
you're good.
So itching and redness and watching for that. So I think barrier strips are important for that. That's what I've used to keep some of like just to keep a good stick on the appliance itself because once it starts coming off, then you start to get that kind of like that irritation coming in, and an ostomy support belt as well. You may want to try using a belt to keep it on more, and I think that's really what helps keep the stick a little bit more as well.
I wear one all the time, and when I don't wear one, it pulls off a whole lot easier.
Does it? Especially in the summer, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I've gotten
Yeah.
used to wearing it, and it's not that big of a deal, and it,
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
helps.
Yep. And then we have the next thing I wanted to talk about was summer clothing. Now, people worry, is my bag going to get noticed? But I think one thing we have to realize is people are like paying attention much less than we think, right?
They
We don't.
can be.
No, I mean, we when we walk in a room, it's easy to be like, oh, everybody's staring at me, but I really don't think really
They
everyone's
are.
staring at us. No.
Yep.
But another thing to think about is breathable fabrics, bamboo, cotton, linen, anything moisture wicking. And I think a lot of women like to wear high waisted clothing, and avoiding like things that are tight. But I know in the summer it's hard because we wear like those looser, we want to wear like cuter, shorter outfits, but maybe also a little bit with a little bit of flow is nice too.
I
Um,
hear there's a company called Ostomy Innovations that has something to do with bamboo. Everybody can Google that and check that out. The
uh,
owner of the company is a little unique, but
is
we'll
she
talk.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
She's a one of a kind. And if
that's for
everybody's
sure. That's for
it,
sure.
if everybody's wondering what in the world I'm talking about, Nicole owns a company called Ostomy Innovations.
Goodness.
Go check it out.
Anyways, so Dwayne says it's a self-conscious thing. No one knows that you have a bag. They're going about their own business. So true. They are going about their own business. They're not. It's not about you. I have to remind myself of that sometimes too. Oh,
Yep.
Liz says unique. Yes, I think she was talking about me. Thank you. I like to go with eclectic. I think I have an eclectic personality. Does that sound
Yep.
better?
That
Okay.
fits you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So swimming tips. What kind of swimming tips do you have for us, Scott?
Oh, mercy. That one is kind of a booger for me because, yes, we are self-conscious. We think everybody can see our bag.
Yes.
There are some sort of situations where I don't worry about it. And there are others, especially if I'm with friends or family, I'm a little bit more self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
High-waisted trunks for guys works good. There are some trunks that have a wider waistband on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on your placement too. After I had a revision, mine got placed higher, so it's a little bit more of an issue.
Right.
Um, so you can do that some, and there are some bands that you can
Yeah.
buy,
Yep. There are bands. Yep.
and they're color coordinated anymore, so you can match them with whatever color you have.
Sure.
So for guys, those are the possibilities. What can you tell us about for the ladies?
So, the high waisted and the bands is definitely one. Um, I would say also for swimming tips, the barrier strips, because those I've noticed. So I had to do a lot of physical therapy for all my accidents, and one of the physical therapy sessions was being in the pool. And I went from pool to hot tub. I had no issues. Now, when you wear the barrier strips and after you've been in like the hot, heated, hot tub, they kind of start to wear and pull off a little bit, but they're still really, really make the appliance last longer, especially if you know you're going to be in the pool, a lot more, or in the salt water as well. I want to go back to clothing really quick because Liz had a comment. She said she had to wear a dress to a formal event last Saturday, and she was so self-conscious the whole time, even though she knew she shouldn't be. And yeah, I get that, Liz. It's so easy to walk in the room and think that it's sticking out or like our bag sticking out, but you're right. People
It's
really
not.
they're not. And like I said, there are those garments that can help, kind of keep that away, hide it a little bit more essentially. Um, but with swimming, another thing is, really making sure that your wafers dry. Um, most people tolerate, like I said, the salt and the chlorine well, and really wear what makes you feel comfortable because it's about you, right? It's about what feels you feel comfortable. Maybe you're more comfortable with wearing a swimsuit that hides it. Maybe you're more comfortable wearing a not, showing your bag. I mean,
There, you can have a bag cover
2026.
too.
Right.
There, you can color coordinate
Sage.
bag covers
Sage.
as well,
Yeah.
and that makes a difference.
Yeah. That too. Um, hold on. I'm putting you on pause for a minute. Stand
The
by.
uh, the
You
uh,
you talk to him.
the bag covers are great to color
Hey,
coordinate things, and I've used those a lot.
stay right there.
And the bands, both of those together, I think are great. And a lot
Okay.
of times when you wear the bag cover, um, we think people can see the bag, but a lot of people see it and it's a part of the swimsuit
Right.
and really no big deal.
Yep. And
So
Dwayne says, if anyone wants more information on tips on swimming with your bag, you're welcome to contact me personally. Yes, Dwayne is our swimming guru. He's like at the lake. He's at the ocean all the time. He's got that down. Liz says, I finally got in the pool 4 weeks ago since my surgery in October 2024. Whoa, Liz! Yay! That's awesome. I'm so happy. Yes.
have you
Uh,
got any more tips, Nicole?
Yes. Jason says, I wear neoprene stealth belt for my own comfort. So that sounds good too. The stealth belts I've heard are really good. So the last one I wanted to talk about was the hydration. So
That's a big one.
signs of hydration: headache, fatigue, dizziness, muscle cramps, dark urine, rapid heart rate. I know this happens to me often, even with a colostomy. So urostomies, ileostomies, have to worry about it a lot, correct? Um, One of the things that we think is that we need to rush through and just chug our water, but sipping it throughout the day is actually far more better for your body. Electrolytes, and then having foods that really help with hydration, which watermelon, um, and cucumbers. I know we can't live off of those things, but don't forget to add those in when you're starting to feel dehydrated. What
I
else have you
was
got for hydration?
lemon water.
Okay.
My urologist told me about this a long time ago, and it really makes a difference. I've
Yeah.
got my water bottle, and what I've done, I cut the lemon up, put it in a Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer,
Okay.
and they're like lemon ice cubes, and drop those
Oh,
in. I can really tell a difference when I'm drinking lemon water when I'm not.
can you?
It makes a big difference. And there's something about the frozen lemon slices that keeps the
Do you put
water
them in
cold
water?
too.
Do you put water over them in the tray? You
Nope.
just put the lemon in the
Yep.
freezer.
Yep. Just cut them up into slices and then put them in a Ziploc bag. Then I pull them out, drop
Okay.
them in my water
They kind of
bottle.
serve as ice cubes too.
Yep. I guess you could make ice cubes out of them.
Yep. Yep. So, and then one last thing too is that I didn't think of, but when you're traveling, just keeping all these kind of things in the back of your mind, especially if you're going to be traveling where you're going to be out swimming and doing activities, is making sure you have enough of your supplies. I mean, we talk about that all the time, but I'm going to tell you what, I was on the plane last week coming back from Boston, and I had only put 2 ostomy bags in my purse, and I went ahead and checked the rest of my supplies because I knew I was going home.
Ooh.
Yes, I
You like
almost,
living dangerously?
and I had been eating things that I would normally not have eaten. And so I was even saying to myself, Nicole, you tell people this all the time, and then you go to on the airplane and you don't put your more bags in your carry-on.
Did it turn out okay?
Yeah, it turned out fine, but I was nervous about it. I had to like say, okay, don't change now, just wait a little bit more, fill up. You don't want to be doing that either. Have
Yeah.
more than you need, and an extra pair of clothes with you, or an extra pair of bottoms too. Um,
Yep.
oh, Dwayne says
It
limes
is.
limes work too. Um,
It
uh-huh.
It is a concern about leaks and things like that. So if you have things with you, that kind of gives you better peace of mind.
Yep. Preston says, I know the heat in North Carolina is terrible right now, and being a double ostomate is rough. Yes, I bet. I'm so
I would
sorry.
imagine so.
Yeah, yeah. So we just want to avoid that as much as we can. The leaks, really watching that hydration, super important. And please leave any other tips that you have in the comment section, because we we would just want to encourage you to keep living and keep going out. That's what I think Scott and I always say, right? Like, we want you to go out and live your best life. And, it doesn't mean that you need to stay inside all summer, right?
Anything anybody has learned through trial and error, feel free to put it in the comments, and that'll help everybody else too.
Yeah, yep. And you can even add in something that you are gonna maybe try doing this summer that you wouldn't have been done before. Or if you're a new ostomate, if you thought I'm not gonna do that this summer, but maybe you can change your mind and think, well, can I try this? Is there something that you can think of that you would do? So
Yep.
well, thank you very much, Scott, and thank you for this having this little guest star on the show. She's all ready to support Ostomates when she gets a little bit older.
She's the cutie.
Thank you.
See everybody.
Bye.
I think we're still going.
Yep, hold on. Turning it off. Okay, should be off. Can you check it?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh.
Hmm.